So to conclude our topic in indices, we're going to look at a few examples of how exam questions come. So our first example is 2 to the power x plus 2 x plus 1 is equal to 64. So how do we do this one? So as I said, we reduce 64 to 2, or we make the bases equal. So to reduce 64 to 2, we make 2 to the power 6. 2 multiply itself 6 times gives us 64. When we make the bases equal, we cancel them. And when we cancel them, we bring down the powers. So x plus 1 is going to come down here, and 6 is going to come down here. This is the one which we work out now. So we're going to collect like terms. 1 is going to come this side, and since it has crossed the equal sign, it's going to change to -1. So x therefore is equal to 6 minus 1, which is equal to 5. Our second example is not so different from our first example. The only difference is the numbers we'll be using. So here we have 5 to the power x minus 1, which is equal to 125. So what do? We reduce 125 to 5. We make the bases equal. So when we make the bases equal, 5 and 5 multiply itself 3 times gives us 125. We cancel the bases and bring down the powers. X minus 1 is equal to 3. Again, we collect like terms. 1 or -1 crosses the equal sign and becomes positive. Therefore, x is equal to 4. This is our third example. So our third example is a little bit different from the example 1 and example 2. Here we have q to the power 3p divided by q to the power 2p. If you remember the laws of indices, when you have two equal bases and we're dividing those two equal bases, what we do is we subtract the powers. So here, what we're going to do is subtract 2p from 3p, and we only use one base since the bases are equal. So when you have equal bases and we are dividing, we only get one of these and then we subtract the powers. So therefore our answer is going to be q, which is one of the bases, 3p minus 2p, which is equal to p. So since we have already looked at what to do when you have equal bases but we are dividing, so in this case we have equal bases but we are multiplying, what do? So we get one base, and then in this case we add the indices, we add the powers. Instead of subtracting, we add them. So therefore we get one base like this, and then we add the powers. 3 plus 5, therefore 2 to the power 8. And then when expanded and then simplified, the answer is 256. And our fourth example, 4 to the power 2 over 2. So this is what we do when you have a fraction as a power. So the number on top, or the numerator, is the power, becomes the power, and the denominator becomes the root. So therefore we're going to get the base, put it inside a root. What kind of root is it? The number which is going to determine the root is the denominator. So since the denominator is 2, therefore this root is going to be a square root. And then the number which is going to determine the power is the numerator. Therefore the square root of 2, or the square root of 4 to the power 2. What is the square root of 4? Is 2. So 2 to the power 2, and the answer is 4. This is how we answer most or the majority of the indices questions in the exam.